I apologize if I struggle with this. It's a really sad day. Yeah. Mel's a legend in our family. And it's tough. It's tough to say goodbye. I got a call from his sister Shirley, my aunt, and she mentioned that Gabe would like me to say a few words, and I was extremely honored and absolutely terrified at the same time. Because Mel was such a source of knowledge and inspiration and comfort and kindness and generosity throughout my life, and he holds a very special place in my heart. And I was terrified because what do you say to a room full of people that's experiencing this monumental loss to make them feel any better? And I'd love to tell you that I had a flash of brilliance and came up with those words, but the truth is I didn't, and I'm not sure they exist. There may be a book that helps you do this, but it didn't quite make my reading list. You can't see it, but my daughter's rolling her eyes and thinking, whatever, Dad, you don't have a reading list. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. But if I did get that book, it would have to be the one that had For Dummies under the title, because I'm a bit of a slow learner. And that's one of the things I love most about Mel is I always learn something when I talk to him. He would be talking to you and he'd have that pause and say, and I never knew. But I always wanted to know. So my ears would perk up when I would hear that. And for the hosts in the room, perking these things is no small feat. The average windmill you see on the side of the road, they say it generates enough electricity to power about 1,500 homes. And that's pretty impressive. 1,500, that's a lot. And I have a theory. I can't prove this theory, but I bet if you had these things flapping in just the right breeze, it could power a bar room with just enough poor light to make some bad decisions. And Mel's always been someone that I've looked up to, going all the way back to my childhood. When I would see my dad talk about his baby brother and had that glimmer in his eye, he was just always so proud of how Mel carried himself and the fact that he went to college and the accomplishments he had in his career and just the life that he provided for his family. So I knew from a very early age that I wanted to go the college route, and that wasn't exactly the trend in our family. But the day that I left for school, Dad looked at me and said, "I'm proud of you, kiddo." And that's something that always stuck with me. And I'll never forget that day. And I also attribute that day to Mel's example. So it's because we're not a group in this family that is very good at sharing our feelings. Mel's hearing that for the first time today, and that may sound sad or unfortunate to some of you, but I love the fact that he's hearing it next to his big brother. So, Mel was, I always considered him like the Norm from Cheers in our family, because our family gatherings always brightened up when he got there and someone said, "Hey, Mel's here." And I felt bad for him because it would take him at least a half hour to get to a chair because we all gravitated towards him and wanted a little piece of his time. And I think that speaks volumes about his character, because I know for me personally, it wasn't just that I hadn't seen him in a while, excuse me. It was that I genuinely wanted to hear what he had to say. And Mel was one of the most caring people you could ever meet, and he had a keen ability to make you feel like the most important person in the world when you talk to him. So I want to say to Gay and Doug and Craig, I love you guys, and I'm only a phone call away. I promise that when I answer that call, I'll make you the most important person at that time. And for everyone else, I want to ask a favor of you, and that is I want you to take a page out of Mel's book with you today and share a little bit of your time, a little piece of yourselves with someone else. You just never know what impact it'll have on them. And it doesn't cost us anything, but it can add tremendous value to that person. It doesn't require a lot of effort on our part, but it can certainly have a large impact on them. And the beauty of it is it's really easy. It's really easy to do. But if you ever find yourself struggling with how to begin, just channel your inner Mel and say,